Hi, Elle. This is Grandma. I would love to read a book to you that was a favorite book of your mommy's, of Katie, and of your Aunt Juliana, Nana. They both loved this book when they were little girls. This book is a book about fish, and it is called BigAl. In the wide blue sea, there was a very friendly fish named BigAl. You could not find a friendlier, nicer fish. But BigAl was also very, very scary. Other fish seemed to have at least one friend. Some had many friends, but BigAl had none. He did not really blame the other fish. How could he expect little fish to trust a great big fish with big eyes and skin and teeth like his? So BigAl was very lonely and cried big salty tears into the salty big ocean. But BigAl really wanted friends, so he worked at it. First, he tried wrapping himself up all around with seaweed. He thought it was a great disguise, but no one else did. Who wants to stop and talk to a floating plant of seaweed that also has big sharp teeth? Then BigAl thought that if he puffed himself up big and round like other fish, the fish would laugh and see how very clever he was and silly he could be. All they saw, though, was how big he could be, and they steered clear and went away. Well, very early one morning, BigAl went way down to the bottom of the ocean, and he flopped and wiggled himself into the sand until he was almost covered up. That way he looked so much smaller, and when the other fish came nearby him, BigAl talked and joked with them and had a delightful time. But then one little grain of sand got stuck in his fish gills, and he sneezed. And then all the clouds of sand cleared away, and all the little fish saw was BigAl. When those little fish cleared out, they were gone in a flash. BigAl even changed his color one day so that he could look like he belonged to the school of tiny fish passing by. He bubbled along with them for a little while, laughing and feeling like he was just one of the crowd. He looked yellow, like they were yellow. But he was so big and clumsy that when all the little tiny fish darted to one side to the left, and then quickly back to the right, BigAl just plowed straight ahead, and he went bumping and thumping right into the little fish. Oh, before he could even say, excuse me, those little fish scattered and they were gone, and he was all alone again. And he was sadder than ever before. Just when BigAl was starting to be sure that he would never ever have a single friend, something happened. He was floating along sadly, watching some of the smaller fish and wishing that he could come closer to them. And then, as he watched, a net dropped down silently from the water above. And in an instant, the net surrounded the little fish and they were caught. BigAl forgot all about being lonely, and he forgot all about being sad, His big eyes bulged out bigger and rounder than ever before, and with a mighty flip of his big tail, he opened up his mouth and he charged straight at the net. Oh, the net was so strong, but Big Al was even stronger, and he ripped his teeth right through that net, and all the little fish then rushed out through the hole. But all of a sudden, when Big Al tried to turn around and to go out of the hole, he got all tangled up. He was tangled up in the net and he was stuck. The net then pulled Big Al higher and higher and higher up in the ocean water, up toward the bright surface of the ocean. And the little fish watched as Big Al disappeared above them. When the little fish were able to speak again, they all talked about the huge, wonderful fish that had come and saved them. Oh, how great it is to be free, but what a shame that that big fellow, that big fish, had been captured. All of a sudden, there was a tremendous crashing splash above them in the water, and the fish, the small little fish, darted away again. They dashed so fast. Was it the net again? Oh no. No, not at all. It was Big Al. Those fishermen in the boat above them in the water took one look at him all wrapped up in that net, and they didn't want that big fish. They threw Big Al right back into the ocean. Oh, and now there is one huge, puffy, scary, fierce-looking big fish in the sea who has more friends than anyone else. Big Al. There they are in the ocean water, all swimming around. Big Al and all the little fish of all the different sizes and different colors. Oh, Elle, isn't that an exciting book? That's a fun one.